Hey, Prüvit Nation and my Prüvit family, how are you today? This is Coach Tony coming to you from Sarasota, Florida. I am an independent distributor for Prüvit, and I want to make clear that I'm not making any medical claims or making any medical diagnosis. I just wanted to make a video here because I have a lot of people on my team that have been asking me how have I had success in getting my customer base and prospects into the N8 Prüvit Challenge that's coming up. So instead of answering people's questions individually, I figured maybe I would just make a simple training video for my team, and that's really what we're doing here. So I want to point out to you some things that I believe are important and hopefully will help you in getting your people, your prospects, your customer base to join us in the N8 Prüvit 8-week challenge. So here goes. I've made a couple of notes so I can kind of try to stay on track here. There's two particular things that I think are really paramount in being able to have success in doing this. The first thing, of course, is mindset, which has to do with us. And then, of course, there's framing, which has to do with how we communicate to them, our prospect. But before we get into all of that, I want to first point out to you why challenges are conducted in the first place. I think it's really important, and this is key, that you get a fundamental understanding of why challenges are even conducted in the first place. And the reason is because the end result, the outcome, is to produce a better state of being. That's what a challenge is all about. Whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, it doesn't really matter. The whole reason why programs are put together to get people to come together into a challenge to get to an end result is to bring about embetterment so somebody can have a better state of being in whatever that type of framework is for the challenge. So that's really important to note, because as we move into our first point of importance, which is mindset, it's really important to point out that once again, mindset has to do with us first. And it has to do with being fully informed with a great knowledge and belief in exactly who the authority is that's putting on the challenge. See, guys, I want to give you an example of what I mean by this. Whenever a challenge is put on, you have to look at behind the scenes who is the one or ones that are creating, establishing, supporting, facilitating the challenge in the first place. So just to kind of give you an example, I myself, I've been a health and fitness nutritionist and coach for many, many years now. I've done many challenges myself. I've helped hundreds of people achieve certain goals. And even though I'm great at what I do, it is still just me. So even though I bring some great stuff to the table when I put on a challenge for my own athletes or my own patients or clients and so forth, there is some benefit that's there, but oh my goodness, if you compare that to what you have in front of you, which is my company Prüvit is putting on an extraordinary challenge that includes many different professionals and doctors and experts and specialists and so forth. So my point is, our mindset must first understand that the most critical part of this is understanding who or what is the authority behind putting on the challenge. So that's the first thing I want you to know. The second thing I want to point out to you guys is this leads me to trying to give you a better understanding, which has to do with framing. And really what framing is all about is how we determine and outline the value of something that is going to be provided, communicated, projected to them, our prospect or our customer base. So what I want to share with you here, because this is really key, I want to share with you my method on what it is that I use and how I frame this, and then I share it and communicate it with my people. And hopefully you'll find something that will be helpful for you in this. So basically, what I express to my peeps right off the bat is, and I'm going to start reading a little bit of this here because I want to really get the verbiage down of what I communicate, because most of the time I'm on the phone and not in person, and I try to look at my own notes so that I can be right on point on what it is I'm sharing, because when I get them on the phone, I'm trying to bring them on purpose to an outcome of a result, which is get involved. So I don't want to waste time adding a bunch of information that's not correct, or it's fluff or whatever, or it's run on. I want to be to the point. So I want to give you an example of what it is that I do. And forgive me as I read some of my notes, but again, I want to be right on point here. I express to my prospects specifically and very pointedly that they have a unique invitation and opportunity at hand here to participate in the world's first ever international 8-week ketogenic lifestyle challenge. I want to say that again in case you're taking notes. I express very pointedly to my prospect, to my customer, that this is a very unique invitation and opportunity to participate in the world's first ever international 8-week lifestyle ketogenically in an 8-week long challenge. So that within itself, when you think about that, that's a good mindset. It's like, wow, this is something, and it's important, and it's never been done before in this kind of a magnitude. So generally when I share that, the prospect will then usually ask, well, what's the cost? And I typically will reply, I basically will say, when they ask what's the cost, I basically will reply, before I answer that question, let me ask you this first. How serious are you about actually improving your life and finding better so that you can feel better, have better, be better? How serious are you about that? Are you serious or are you not serious? And if they say anything other than yes, then basically I'm just very frank with them and I tell them, I'll tell you what, it's probably not the time for you right now. Let me know when you're ready. And sometimes that'll bring them back almost like a takeaway. But if they say anything other than yes, what I move into next is I just go with this. I explain specifically what's going to happen here in this challenge. Again, I'm coming to my notes here. I explain to them, Mr., Mrs. Prospect, after you purchase the ketone supplements required for fueling your daily needs throughout the 8-week challenge, as a participant, you are going to receive and gain access for free to the following things over the next 8-long period of this challenge. Customized keto meal plans that are unique to each participant, delicious and creative keto recipes to use to help you along your journey. You're going to have goal-oriented fitness coaching that is unique to each participant for yourself. And I always give an example of what I mean by that. I say, and just to give you an example, Helen, if I'm talking to Helen, you know, Helen, if you're someone who happens to be already fit and you really are looking to accomplish the next notch on your belt of success in either a fitness game plan or what have you, these particular items that are going to be recommended to you to do throughout your 8-week challenge are going to be based upon you and your circumstances and your body index to reach your goal. But that'll be completely different from somebody maybe who is lethargic, who's plump, who's got a lot of weight to lose, who doesn't do any kind of an exercise regimen of any kind. They're going to actually have a customizable plan to meet them where they're at so that they can move towards the most important goal for them. So it's unique to them. And then I express clearly that professional consultations are going to be made available to them throughout the N8 challenge. They're going to have ongoing support, providing answers and clarification to all of their questions and concerns. And many resources are going to be provided to them for educational purposes, motivation, and encouragement. And there's going to be great personal accountability. And of course, there's going to be an opportunity to have collaboration and camaraderie with fellow participants so that you can actually know that you're not alone, but you're all pursuing a goal and going through the pain, if you will, to accomplish an end result together as a group with a whole group of people of a community. So those are the points that I share right off the bat with these people. And then I basically wrap it up with saying this. And all these services are provided by renowned professionals, doctors, scientists, ketogenic specialists, nutrition experts, famous expert fitness trainers, along with world-class coaches of all kinds. And to bring this all to you is going to be decades worth of knowledge and experience and access to you absolutely for free. They usually at this point will say, well, why? Why would they provide that for free? And that's when I love to respond by saying, because my company Prüvit was founded with a very simple philosophy. And that philosophy is make people better. That's our heartbeat. My company Prüvit is committed to the following promise, that if you are willing to invest in yourself the $977 to cover the ketone supplements that will be utilized throughout the 8-week-long N8 challenge, then my company Prüvit will cover all of the costs in providing all of the professionals, the doctors, the scientists, the specialists, experts, fitness trainers, and coaches, which basically, guys, can be thousands of dollars worth of professional time, right? Is provided to you absolutely free to help you achieve better for yourself in your goal through this challenge. So I basically wrap it up with them when I've gone through that. And guys, of course, I'm doing this on a video, so I may not sound as smooth like my usual self, but you're getting the point. I just want you to get the content out of what it is that I share. But I basically wrap it up with, so be bold, commit to play all out, and honor the price that my company, Prüvit, is willing to pay on your behalf, which is free to you. Do you want to use your Visa or your MasterCard to cover the ketone supplements needed so we can get you started? Guys, that's it. That's what I use. Obviously, it's different in a role play when I'm on the phone and I'm doing it in a different deal. I'm not a big video guy, but I hope this helps you. I just wanted to share what it is that I use. I believe that it's, again, very important to have the right mindset behind what's behind this. And the only reason, I guess, why I've had some good success at what I'm doing with this particularly is because since I'm in this industry, this is my wheelhouse as a nutritionist and as a coach and as a fitness trainer and all these different things. I know what goes into providing a challenge. So I just want to wrap this up by telling you it's so important that you yourself get your mind wrapped around the concept of who is the authority behind putting this on. Guys, it's staggering. To me, as a professional in the industry, it's staggering. So you need to adopt that mindset as you approach the people you're talking to about the N8 challenge. And once again, you have to be willing to lay out all of those particular points and point them out very pointedly as to what they're going to get. You need to share with them and lay out, called framing, share with them the value behind what they are going to get. It's unprecedented. So guys, I hope this helps. A big God bless to you, and thanks for watching today.